Everyone, today we're making the last of our cocktail inspired soaps, and this one is one that is just really yummy smelling and super fresh and summery, so I think it goes with it very nicely. It's going to be the Lemongrass Mojito scent from Brambleberry, and it's a little heavy on the lemongrass. I'm hoping it'll cure out a little bit minty, but we'll see what happens, as we always will. So I'll go ahead and have my cooled off oils in my lye, and I'm going to combine them to get started. Okay, so I've split off some for our colors, and I'll be coloring both a yellow and green, and the main part is going to be white. I'm going to actually add some more of the white to the colors to make it in the pot swirl, and then do a drop swirl with these into the base of white. So I think that'll be interesting. The colors I'm using are going to be green and yellow, because when I think of mojito, I tend to think of green. Like, that's the color that springs to mind. When I think of lemongrass, I also sort of think of green. But in the effort to make this a little bit more summery, I thought I'd do a yellow as the other color. So I'll add those, add my fragrance, mix it up, and I'll show you how we make it in the pot swirl in just a second. Now that we're all mixed up, I'm going to do just a tiny bit in each little one to give it a little bit of a swirl. And as you will in the pot swirl, trying to do it in a couple different places. Also trying not to make a mess or anything else crazy. There. Will be the ones that will be doing the drop swirl into this once I get the mold ready. So I'm going to get the mold ready, and then we'll be ready to pour. So I'm going to start with the white and put it into a fair amount. I don't know, about a third of the way up or so. We'll see. And then I'm going to take the yellow first, and I have not stirred this or anything after I put the white in. I'm going to take it kind of down the side, up the middle, down the other side. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the green. I'm going to go down the side, up the middle, and down the other side. And I'm going to add a little bit of white. So we can get those colors nice and swirly. And then we're going to do it again. With the yellow, I'm going to pour closer this time. In the same pattern for both. And then back with the white again. And as we get closer, I'm going to add more of the white. And then more of the yellow until almost all of it. And then more of the green, again, almost all of it. And now the white, so that it's nice and on the top. Blend so far, even though it just barely started. So I'm going to let that set up a little bit, and then we'll come back and texture the top. It's time for texture. So I did my little swoop to see if it was going to do anything, and it's ready because it's holding, you can see it's kind of holding a little bit of a peak when I do that. This one I'm not going to do that with, but it lets me know that it is set up enough for it to actually be ready. So we're going to do, see how I'm kind of swirling it? So the colors kind of combine. That's actually kind of hard to do. Here, you come back over there. And then we're going to turn it around this way, and it doesn't matter now that the table isn't level because it's set up enough that it's not going to go running all over. And this one is going to go the other way. So. Okay. And then I'm going to leave that little crest down the center because look at all the little swirls. Okay. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to grab a toothpick and I'm going to swirl the top because that looks like it'll be fun. So I went and grabbed a toothpick, which I wasn't originally going to do, so it's not super handy. And you see how like some of this is sort of muddled here in the middle, and I'm just going to do this to add another element of texture. Just down that little middle section. Now that we're done and happy with it, we will spritz it with our alcohol and put it aside to wait for a few days to cut. And now we're ready to cut. So we can see what kind of fun swirls are happening in the middle of our Lemongrass Mojito soap. It smells much more lemongrass and much less mojito. Like I feel like it could have used a little hint of more mint action, but it is what it is. So let's see if we got some kind of interesting swirls. I'm really hoping so. Moment of truth. Not anywhere close to what I thought it was going to look like. Wow. I'm not displeased with it by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely not what I thought it was going to look like. And you can see it got a little warm, so I have a whole lot of glycerin rivers. That part's just whatever. There's a partial gel ring going on, which you might not be able to see just because of the color being so white. It's very subtle, like it goes around this way. I don't dislike it. I'm not disappointed, but I am a little confused because I certainly thought that it would turn out differently. And this is one of those that I'm pretty sure I could never recreate, even if I wanted to. I would probably just do a regular old drop swirl next time and not try to do the in the pot and the drop swirl at the same time. Alright, so this is the last of our cocktail soaps. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below, and they'll all be available on May 1st, along with a few other things. So I hope to see you then. Bye!